Well, welcome to Module 2. I'd like to take this time to kind of go through the requirements for this module, as well as clear up any um, concerns from Module 1. So let's go ahead and begin. We're in Blackboard in Module 2. As you see before you, you have the same format and setup as you did for Module 1. Just quickly looking at some of the material, I'd like to go ahead and jump to the course calendar just to review what you have due in Module 2. So you can see you have Assignment 1, which is the classroom rules, procedures, and protocol that was made available in Module 1. It'll be due on September 29th by midnight. Both the assignment as well as the poster that you'll place the URL in the discussion forum that you created with Glogster. You have the IELTS iBook on organizers. You have the task stream reflection questions on the organizers that you'll input in. You have your practicum observations, as well as continuing to work on part 1, which is planning and instruction. So let's kind of jump back and take a look at Module 2 material, and then we'll go through some of the other elements. So in Module 2, again, you're going to see the same format for each module in terms of the layout of the material. We have a review from the first module, followed by the course outcomes and objectives, an introduction to the material that we're covering for these next 2 weeks, and then some information about the EdTPA, the learning resources that you'll be using for this module. Again, you can see your IELTS Organizers iBook that you'll need to make sure that you've got loaded onto your iPad if it didn't come preloaded. And then, of course, we don't have a video session during Module 2, and then followed by just what's required. Again, what's due during this session. Let's take a look at the IELTS iBook modules just to give you an idea. So when you go to the site, if you are using your own iBook, obviously you'll see the list of all of the iBooks. Down here at the bottom, the subject specific, this was the opening day module that you loaded. Now you're going to be making sure that you have access to the procedural iBook. When you open up the organizer's iBook, obviously this is the opening screen. There's a great deal of general information at the very beginning that takes you all the way through the different sections. And then you're actually going to go through all of the material, just reading through what the concepts are. And then when you get down to about page 22, you'll see subject specific, and this is specific to the career and technical education field. So we've got the obviously the same setup where you've got your mission and first impressions, and then you'll be doing an exploration activity using Browsine. Now this is an app that was either preloaded or something that you need to load onto your iPad. Browsine is just a tool that allows you to search for different journal articles that then deal with these topics here that we have listed. It's a great resource, and it's something that I do hope that many of you will learn to use and continue to use once you've completed this course. We go into the context for learning and the agenda. Of course, you've got the videos to watch, and this takes us all the way through. Again, this is the same format that you had for the previous iBook. At the end of each iBook, you'll see these reflection pieces. The first one, in this case, you're actually going to be using Voicethread to complete it. You'll be entering and recording your verbal response to the questions that we have posed here. And then reflection 2 of 2 obviously is that you'll be inputting your information into TaskStream, just completing those reflection questions. Now you can do this by either clicking on the iBook and going directly to TaskStream and logging in, or certainly in this case, if you want to use your laptop or desktop, as long as you access TaskStream to complete those survey questions. Let's jump really quick to Voicethread just to give you an idea of what this is going to look like. You can see here I've got the graphic for it, and when you click on it,
please provide a verbal response to the following questions. How did the teacher use technology in the lesson?
So the great thing about Voicethread is that when you join, you'll have a little icon here. Mine's a dice, although I can easily change it to a picture, an avatar, or something that represents myself. And then when I'm ready, I click on the comment, and I'm given several different choices. So in this case, since we want your verbal, you'll click on the record and you'll respond to the questions that were posed. And again, when you're done, we're able to access this information and see who's completed the activity. So it's maybe something, maybe a new technology that you're not familiar with that we'd like to expose you to. And it's a great way to, when we're done, we'll have all the different classmates here and their responses to those questions. Now, in terms of TaskStream, so during Module 1, there was a little bit of confusion about TaskStream, and that's easy to understand because some of you have used TaskStream before, some of you haven't. Every student that's in the BITE program is actually loaded into TaskStream. So all of the material for every class, they have these folders for every class. Your class is titled the 4323. And so this is where you'll be inputting your information. So you'll come down to the BITE 4323 and you'll click on, this is where you can input your clinical teacher mentor profile information. You see these are your observation. The practicum observation is noted on your course calendar. This is where you'll click on to input what you observed. Now let me say one thing about the observations. The protocol that is in there, okay, is a general protocol that covers several different instructional strategies and information. So it's not necessary that you see something for each of those. So let's say there's a question about active engagement with students and the teacher that you observed only lectured during the class. Obviously, you can't put information in that wasn't there if you didn't observe it. So you can put a NA not applicable in that area. But obviously, there's going to be certain components that will always be something that you observe. So you want to make sure that you fill it out to the best of your ability for each one of the observations that you complete. Part 1 and Part 2, these are your assignments that are due a little bit further in the semester, and this is where you'll come to upload them. They are not available to you yet to upload those documents because obviously they're not due and want to make sure that you have plenty of time to complete them. At the bottom here, you'll see the aisles. This is where I spoke of the reflection questions that were in the iBook. So for the first module, the opening day, this is where you would come, click on it, complete the questions, and then I'm able to go in and evaluate the information that you input in. There was some mix-up in terms of the evaluation, and so if you didn't get to submit those during Module 1, make sure that you go back in to TaskStream and complete that task. It is available now to click Submit, so if you saved it in there, go ahead and click on Submit and you should be set. For Module 2, you'll be clicking on Organizers to complete the survey reflection questions that are available. For the most part, that covers all of the information for Module 2. So as mentioned, the only other thing that I would ask that you complete is that I'm providing a link to a quick survey that I would like each of you to complete. If you would go ahead and click on that just to complete that at the beginning of Module 2, that would be great. And I think for the most part that covers it. I think we're all set. If you still have questions, you know, I'm open to email, phone calls, video, conferencing, whatever is your preference. So don't hesitate to contact me. Thanks and good luck.